Welcome to HWM Aston Martin here in Wilton-on-Thames. I'm Paul Flitter.
And I'm Guy Jenner, and we're here to talk about Vantage. First of all, Vantage name, that has been with Aston for nearly 70 years now. So first came to Aston in 1952. Originally Vantage was just a designated label for a performance upgrade, and then later on it became a model in its own right. So amazingly, we've been representing Aston Martin for 1 year longer than the name Vantage has been around.
Incredible, isn't it? Wow.
Vantage is one of those models that if you are not massively into extreme driving, it will look after you. And it can be that lovely car you can get in and just use. It's immensely usable.
Yes.
But equally, if you are hugely into your driving, your track work and so on, you can make it do some rather naughty things. Fair to say.
I agree, yeah. It's just one of those cars, although being a track-focused car, it is also an everyday vehicle, and it just looks after you on every level. So Guy, here we are at the front of this beautiful Skyfall silver Vantage. Talk us a little bit around the design of the front and the bonnet.
Well, another thing with Aston, again, you can see the design of it is the full clamshell. So although this opens up hinged from by the windscreen, whilst DB11 opens forwards,
yes.
Again, the effect this has as having a clamshell is that there's no shut lines running up the bonnet, so you get a really clean look from the front.
And I noticed for last year and this year's model year, there's been some aesthetic changes as well in the bonnet vents and the grille, which I know we're going to go and talk about later on.
Yeah, exactly right. So the bonnet vents are optional, but they're subtle, but just give it a bit more menace at the front. And here we've got the original Hunter grille fitted to this vehicle, which is a lightweight mesh grille. But for those that like a more traditional Aston look, we've got the slatted grille available as an option too. So that's available on both coupe and roadster.
One of the things I love about the exterior of Vantage is the dual quad matte exhaust that is protruding from the rear, looking menacing. Talk to us a little bit about the exhaust and how you can configure that.
Yeah, okay, so first of all, one of the things that I enjoy about an Aston is the authenticity. And what I mean by that is what you see is what you get with that exhaust. That is the real size of the exhaust. So they haven't been, they don't have a shroud on them to make them look bigger than they are. This is the size of the exhaust. But being our sportiest model, it's enabled Aston Martin to perhaps turn up the wick a little bit on the sound levels. So with the driving modes on Vantage, instead of it starting at GT mode like it does in the DB11, it starts at sport mode.
Yep.
So sport plus, and then you've got track mode. And as you go up the modes, it gets noisier. And even in standard mode, this in effect is a performance exhaust. So Aston started originally with Vantage with just dual exhaust, 2 exhausts. This was the sports exhaust option.
Yes.
Sports exhaust option has now become standard. So you've got no choice. Your car has to sound incredible. And it does sound incredible. It almost sounds like a Spitfire at full track mode, and it's just a wonderful aspect to enhancing driver enjoyment.
Yeah, I agree, and there's nothing worse, in my opinion, in having a beautiful track car or a sports car and not having the noise to match. So having a configurable noise which is commensurate of Aston Martin Vantage, I think is wonderful. And like you say, the ability to flick that on and off from your thumb, from the steering wheel, awesome.
Yes. What I don't know in terms of regulations is cars now need to be fitted with gas particulate filters which quieten cars down, but this still sounds incredible. So I'm not going to question it, it just works.
It works well.